Welcome back to another day of Life with Kev. So it's been a minute. It's been a good minute since I vlogged. A good minute. Probably about a month. I'm gonna see if I can catch y'all up to speed on what's been going on. Stuff been getting fixed. And so I showed you, I think the last vlog, I don't even remember the last thing I vlogged, that's just how long it's been. I think the last vlog I showed them trying to fix the water leaks. I vlogged the gutters. I showed y'all when they did the gutters. But I didn't show you. I had to try to dig all this rock out and then wash it off. Try to get some of the sand that washed down in there when there wasn't no grass right here. That was the time. That was a long all-day process in this heat. I had to make something with my wheelbarrow, put some boards across the front, put some holes in it, fill it up with the sand and rock, and sit there and just run water through it. But two reasons I did that, because the sand holds the water. It takes the water longer to get down to the covert pipes, and so the vented covert pipes, and so I need to get the sand off. And so with the sand in there, the water puddled on top of the rocks. It just sat on top of it. And then stuff started growing in it. And so you just seen a lot of sand, and it's like, it ain't look good. So I cleaned it all out, just look better. All I do is I need to add another layer of rock in here to build it up some more, because I can still see sand. And where the rock is good at, you won't see no dirt on the house. Where there's some sand at, you'll see a little dirt. See right there, all down there, and you look down, you can see sand. So I need to fill some more rock in here. And you see, we got a whole thing of grass now. So I added side to all this. Get all this stuff done. They pulled down yesterday, so the gutters they did. I watched this, and this thing was shooting out a lot of water. And it didn't sit there long. It was going straight on down. But I added the side so it'll help hold some of the sand from the yard just washing all the way. This back, this little stump gonna be here. I mean, this little one I can probably cut down some more. But that big one, like I said, I guess the neighbor, if I ever put a fence up, he just gonna wait till it fall. But I don't know. They did pay, the owner of the house, they did pay me for the other tree that fell. That shit right there, 1, 2, 3, and then the tenant there, he took one of them logs like that, them long logs I put over there, he burned one. They burned for about 3 or 4 days. So that's kind of where we at out here. On this side, I added some more side over here too. I got this driveway, it puddles real bad. And so I need to kind of level it out a little more, kind of slope it so the water run off. Well, you know, I try to add much size as I can, but still give you a nice size driveway. And I still got to put these sprinklers in the ground, but I can't use those heads because they waste a lot of water. And so I got to put heads that's close to the house and spray this way. Because I don't like the water just spraying on the house. It ain't good. Now these mini splits, we're going to talk about these in a minute. This is going to be today's vlog because I got to do some stuff to them. So this is going to primarily be the day's vlog. As you can see, the fan is on, it's running. My stuff from yesterday, I had to cut this wood right here. I had to reinforce this thing here. Just in case somebody put a TV up there. So it was hollow. It's hollow all behind there. And then I noticed this top part here, it starts sagging. And so I got wood going across the top. And then it's sitting on top of wood on these sides. The side over here. So it's big. I don't know what size this wood is, but it's thick. Ain't no 2x4. I don't know what size it is, but this is on the top. So I got two pieces like this, side by side on top. And I got two about this size here on each side going down. So somebody put a big TV up there, and I don't know how big of a TV it would fit because that thing sit so high up to the roof. So I mean, I don't even know if a 70, it should fit. It's just gonna be real close to the ceiling. And then it's gonna have to sit maybe off to one side. Like, I gotta probably slide this over a little more. That thing heavy though. You know, I had to make sure that base is in the right spot first. Cause I gotta cover that base with whatever whatever flooring I do. I'm gonna wrap that base with the same stuff. But as you can see, these units, turn some light on. They ain't got no covers on them. And the reason they ain't got no covers on, I took them apart. You know me, I couldn't figure something out. So, you know, hey, when you DIY it yourself, you know, when you do it yourself, you gonna make some mistakes. And on these units, I made some mistakes. Wasn't no big mistakes, but you know, it cost me like maybe $170 total. But I learned. You know, it was a learning experience. Now, you know, I pretty much know how to charge ACs. Charge them, vacuum, you know, make sure it ain't no leaks. I done went home, check mine at the house, just to make sure, like, okay, you doing right, and check the big one out here. So, the reason I took them apart, because every time I would lift these units up, just to see if this one of the drain lines right here, just to see if it was draining. I always got a bunch of water coming out. Like, man, where is this water coming from? Like, and you know, I would see like the water outside from the condensation. And so I kept seeing the water. And I let them run for a day or two. Then I lift it up, checking, and when I lift it up, like I say, a lot of water would just pour out. To the point where, you know, I had to put a fan on the wall because a good little bit got on the sheetrock. So I was like, man, something ain't right with this. And so what I did was, I figured out how to take, that's the covers. Figure out how to take this cover off to access the coils. Let's see if I can get over here, trying to show you everything. To access these coils, cause you know, hindsight 2020, I like to know kind of how it works just in case something go wrong with it. It's like, hey, nah, it ain't worth fixing. It's cheaper to just go buy a new one than even try to fix it. Although it's a simple fix, you know, but if the part too expensive, it's cheaper to go buy a new one. So that's good to know. And so, like right here, in this hole here, that's a tray. And it's a water tray, and this a water plug. And as you can see my finger right through there, that's the drain line. And so this one is right here. You can kind of see it. So, when water drips off these pipes on this side here, And come down these coils. Now these, it falls into this little tray. And if you can look right back there, let's see. I got to try to get the camera out the shadow of the light. You look right back there, right through there, you can see a hole. And that's that's where the drain line connects to. Now, I put this here because it just looked like all this water or condensation or whatever was coming down these pipes. And this tray didn't look like it go all the way to the back of this unit. It just like kind of in the front. It looked like this water, I didn't know if this water was gonna fall behind here and be draining down the wall or not. So, that was another reason why I did this. Because I was just, after I had them off, but then I noticed this one, it started building ice over here. And so it was building that ice, and I was like, nah, something ain't right. So I went outside, checked it, it was low on Freon. So it was low on Freon, so anytime it's low on Freon, it'll start freezing. The line start freezing, I'm talking about, you'll start building ice around it. And so I was like, okay, turn it off. You know, let it thaw out, don't even turn it on. Like, it's running, but like the temperature is on that one is like on 77. Then this one here, this one's actually on. This is the one I showed you with the fan spinning outside. This is on 75. So this one, the fan just gonna stay on this one because the temperature is set so high. Now if I drop that temperature down to 75, the actual unit outside to run the Freon through the AC, it's gonna kick on. So that one is pretty much just running, but I took both of them apart. And so I got I ordered me some Freon. And so I ordered some Freon. It was R14A. And the thing is, the big unit take that, those units take that. And look at my house, my big unit take that stuff too. So I can always use it. But the bad thing about DIY learning, this is why I had to buy another one of them. So this unit here is the longer unit. I had to take two. It comes with a 15-foot AC, your AC lines or your refrigerant lines, and your power wire. Your power wire consists of these 4 wires right there. The red, black, white, and green. So I had to put two 15-foot lines because I just ordered another 15-foot versus ordering a whole 30-foot because I didn't want to take that stuff back down. It was I already had ran 15-foot halfway outside. I just ordered another one, connected it, ran it out to the unit. So this unit, I already know I was gonna have to add Freon because I called Symvia and asked them, like, how much more do I need to add? And I think they told me like a pound per foot. Don't quote me on that. I think that's what they told me. And so it was already 15 pounds in there, and I added. I ain't add another 15 feet. You know, I just got that's the length. That's the smallest length they sold the little kit with the line, electrical line. So I probably added another 5 feet. And so like I say, it was cooling at first, but then it started freezing up. And so before I even had it running, I had to figure out all my gas leaks. I had so many leaks because I didn't know. I had the wrong fittings on there. The wrong fittings. Yeah, they screw together, but the thread type's been different. And so, oh man, I say this stuff was leaking. This stuff was leaking. And I was like, man, I had to go hunt down the right fittings that I needed so I can get the stop leaking. So these are the fittings I had. So these are the fittings I was using. This is the right type of fit. And see, I guess these call it a flare. I don't forget what the end's called. But those are the right type of fittings. This right here, this union connector, I guess, the wrong type of thread, wrong type of fit. It was leaking. This one here, the wrong type of threads. It was leaking. This here, the wrong type of threads for this middle piece. Now the outside pieces are good, but this middle piece, it was leaking. And so man, I just had so many leaks. But the thing is, like, I ain't have to hunt. It ain't like I had to hunt down a bunch of places to find, like, oh, I got a leak here, leak here. You know, I only had, my leaks were on that first unit, the long unit that I was showing you that was freezing up. It was only gonna be in 3 spots. It was either gonna be where I connected 2 lines at the air handler unit, that's the unit inside I just showed you on the wall, or it was gonna be at the unit. The other one, it was just gonna be at the air handler unit or at the unit, because I ain't have to add no connector to that. So I gotta add some Freon to them things. And boy, this thing here, oh man, there's a whole other story here. Whole nother story. So this thing here, it wouldn't drain. It would drain normal if I ran the water like this. Ran the water like that. It would drain normal, but then it would start, you could tell it started to slow up a little bit. And so when you fill them up, what would happen was this side would start, if I filled this side up and this side was in, this would start to drain and it would automatically fill this up. And it would equal out to the same amount of water on both sides. Then it just drained real slow. When I say real slow, like too slow, real slow. So then it had some leaks. So what I did was I had to kind of redo some of this because it was redone, but after I started messing with it, it was leaking. So I had to kind of redo it. I put a vent on here because I thought, okay, maybe this thing need a vent, because I didn't know if it had a vent or not. Put that on there. There was a vent right here. Put that on there, and that's letting the air get in the line, because it could create a vacuum when you just let all that water fill the line. It probably creating a vacuum. So I'm like, okay, maybe it need a vent. Put all that on there, put it together, nothing. So I started going to the house and see where they connected, because they took out some old iron pipe and added PVC. So it's gonna go in the house and disconnect it, come in here, try to drain it, see what happened. I looked at the line, saw where it's at, attempted to do it, looked at, man, I'm not doing it. Well, you had to go under to some other pipe, over some ductwork, and you talking about 2-3 feet of ground. Like you can't get your knees under there. Like, nah, I ain't doing it. So it was just poking at me. I was like, okay, well, let me go rent a snake. Rent a snake from Home Depot. And this one was on a drill. So it was a good snake. It's just awkward trying to hold it. The way you got to try to hold it, it's almost like you need 2 people to do it, or I had to kind of prop the front of it up so I can hold the drill with one hand and feed the whatever the line is out of it with another hand. And so what it ended up having to do, when I was doing everything, I took this pipe loose off of that black connector and looked down in that pipe. It was this big white thing. I didn't know what it was. So I got that out of there. Used my crowbar, kind of got that out of there. So I'm feeding the snake in the line. I'm feeding it. Man, I'm in here snaking. I'm telling you crazy. I'm in here snaking. I'm down here on the floor snaking this thing, snaking. I'm feeding. Like, oh shoot, well this thing going. And you really don't know how much it's going, because you really can't see. All you know is you feeding it and it's going in the wall. So I'm feeding it. Man, next thing I hear something outside, the ding, 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 ding. So the snake, it's a drain line right above here. It's a vent. It's a vent. The snake done came, it done went into this line, and it done went up, out the vent, and it's hanging on the side of the house. Ding, ding, ding. I'm like, man, come on, you killing me. I'm talking about, I had already set and messed with this thing for about kind of 2 days, kind of on and off. Cause first I was boiling hot water, sending it down there. You know, boiling hot water. I'm talking a big crock pot of hot water. Boil it, dump it in there, and they send it down there. No results. I did it for about 2 days, just kind of on and off. I was doing other stuff too, and so that wasn't working. It was just not working. So I seen that thing outside. I said, boy, look at it. So what I did, I had to put it all the way back in, and I had to get my light. Had propped my light up where I can see kind of, well, it'll shine down that pipe a little bit, because the pipe, it don't go far back. I can see the back of it, and so it had to go up, and I didn't know if it curved that way to drain out, or did it go straight down. And so I thought it went to the right. It didn't. I stuck that crowbar in there, and it kind of dipped down a little bit. I kind of slid on it because it's a cast iron pipe. I kind of slid on it and dropped down. I said, there you go. So that snake, I had to kind of bend the tip where it wasn't just straight. It was kind of like that. And so I had to kind of feed it in there. I couldn't spin it. There was no need to spin it. I had to kind of feed it in there and kind of start forcing it down a little bit. Get the tip of it in, spin it a little bit, force it down. And so then I started just feeding it down. After I started feeding that, I started feeding it down. And so this time I wanted to see how much did I feed in there. Because I think I had a 25-foot snake. Yeah, I started feeding all that stuff down. So versus reeling that snake back out. I said every few feet, probably a couple inches I feed, I was just holding that drill at high speed. Make sure I cleaning it all out. So when I got ready to take it out, I just pulled the whole snake out. So these little black spots here, and you see it snapping around over here. Well, I had the drill going in reverse, pulling it out. And so it was just slapping. And it was, I guess all that's just gunk or whatever from in that pipe. That's a kitchen drain pipe. So it ain't like it's from the commode. But I pulled it out, and it came all the way back here. I said, oh yeah, I got it now. When I filled that sink up, boom. Hit the button, it drained. And so while I was doing that, I had already filled the sink up because I wanted to make sure they wasn't leaking no more. So water was sitting in the sink, they wasn't leaking. Hit the drain, it drained. I said, oh, I got that something good now. So then I took about 5 pots of boiling hot water, dumped them in there. I wanted to make sure it cleaned everything that was in there out. And so then I noticed these. I'm like, why the water wouldn't drain till it was dry? It would always be a puddle here. And so I noticed, because I had kind of moved these around too much where I had to replace them. And so this one I was able to save and kind of fix. This one here, you know, I broke it. I broke this like this ring right here. You supposed to hand tighten it. I was hitting it with a flathead screwdriver and a hammer. Boom, boom, tighten it up. And so I ain't no plumber. I'm a DIY though. I'm gonna fix it. I can tell you that. I'm gonna fix it. So I tore it up, broke the ring, so bought a new one. Somehow, now this how stuff work. Tore it up, bought a new one. Read the instructions to see how to put this one in. As soon as I saw the instructions how to put it in, I put it in. I already knew this one was wrong. Because I could see the black rubber ring. Somebody had put the black rubber ring under this part. The black rubber ring going to the bottom. The plumber's putty go under this. Then the black rubber ring, they're supposed to be a piece of paper. It's like a little paper ring. Now this one, unfortunately, it don't have one. But I checked it. It ain't leak. And it's under the bottom of the rubber ring. This one, this the new one. Whatever, it was fine. And so that was the plumbing issue. I had to paint all these vents. Through the whole house, I took these things out. Took them apart and repainted them white. I probably had about 8 of them. Like this vent, it was brown. I painted white. Then this one here, it didn't fit in the floor. The hole for it was crooked. So as you can see, I had added this wood here. And it's kind of, I need to put some, I'm gonna put some foam here. And then lay a piece of lay a piece of wood across as soon as I spread to shape it. And then I had to straighten this out because this was kind of cocked, so the vent was kind of sitting like this. I had to straighten all that out. And you see I done push them kind of back to the walls. Got them kind of situated. What I should have did before I put them back to the wall, I should have went on here painted behind there, but now I paint around it. It'd have been easier to paint behind there before I put them back to the wall, but I paint around it. It is what it is. This floor here, you know, they had to add another subfloor on top of it because the original subfloor that they put in, it was lower. I'm like, that ain't right. I need this to be even because see, that was bad. So that's why this is the original flooring for the house, and so that's the sub. You can see the subfloor right now, and then this was added to make it even. And so this one, I had to do that here. And so I painted that vent. Then I started doing the caulking. And so I had to do all these windows. I still ain't finished with the caulking. Still ain't finished. I gotta bust down all these doors, take down all the hardware off the doors, take off all the closets. Doors gotta come out. Like I said, I had to re-caulk. You can see this, I had to caulk redo all that. It needed some caulking behind so the water splash up there won't fall. Caulk all around here. This was a door at one time. So I had to find a piece of this mold and cut me a little piece out on that little edge. I think I filled it in pretty good. You know, like I said, it looked perfect to me. Because when you put paint across it, you might not be able to see that thing. Yeah, you're going to notice it as you look at it, but I got still, I'm going to cut my finger. I got to take all these doors and stuff got to come out. So I can caulk all the corners, and then like I said, all this got to be painted. So I got to take all the doors down, all the hardware down. All these doors got to be painted, front, back, and the sides of it. I'm going to paint all that. So all that's gonna have to get painted and taken down. That's what I'm in the process of doing probably day 2. Probably another vlog. That's about it. That's about all we had going on. You know, the sheetrock people came. I said pulled down yesterday. They came and put all the base wood back in that we had to cut out. The doors was leaking at the bottoms and the corners. We had to fix all that. They had this door here was leaking at the bottom in the corner. We had to fix all that stuff. So they pulled down yesterday and there's no water on the floor. So that's good. That means everything was done because this here and that corner down there. But it was out here about 2 or 3 times for that. Because they did the first time, I'm like, man, it's still leaking. So what they did was they came in and put some sheathing into the ground, you know, on that corner. And they put some spray foam and stuff in there. They didn't put the side back up. Yeah, it ain't leaking. That's why I say then I went on ahead and dug out the rest of that drain to let it drain properly. Like it was originally, and everything is good so far. I didn't see any water in any of these corners or anything, so I think we're good to go on it. So now I'm about to I threw out that sheetrock the other day. I had asked dude up there, this house. If you see the house through the woods here that you can see, he done added on too. I asked, there was some people out there on the porch like, hey man, y'all need some sheetrock? They was like, nah. So, you know, I done cut that stuff up, took it all the way out to the front yard. He come pick it up. I said, where you stay, man? I stay right there. So the house that been kind of renovated? He like, yeah. I'm like, well, I asked him the other day, they need sheetrock. He like, man, shaking his head. So you know, I had to get that sheetrock out of here. I kept this one piece just in case. Just in case we need to do something before I get started painting. Then I kept me a little scrap list, and so that's the kind of molding around the windows. That's the side sheetrock. That's the baseboard, and I'm gonna keep a piece of this right here. I got a piece of that down there, and so I just put all that in the attic, and then the paint that I have left over, I just stick it under the house, and I put a lock on that, and so that way I know what kind of paint. Now I did kind of mess up because I should have got real wood, because that stuff there, if you hit it hard, it breaks. It's cheap. I say if you hit it hard, you ain't gotta hit it hard. I mean, if you drop something on it, it's gonna mess up. And I'm gonna show you like the washer. Well, I done kind of put it in here and it hit the back. That's what it do. So, that's about it. Like I said, I just got a lot of caulking. They had redid all this because like I said, they had to work on all these. They had to work on all these doors. So I recaulk all this. But we making progress. You know, it's been, like I tell you, I done dealt with everything you could think of. Anything you could think of with a house. Trying to think. I done dealt with it. Electrical. Had to get electrical done. This stuff that I got done. Some of it I did, some of it I didn't do. The electrical, you know, I didn't do. I had to get it done. Plumbing, I did some of it. Had to get it done. Oh yeah, I did a lot of it. I did that septic tank. Did the septic tank out it. The tub and stuff wasn't draining. Nothing really was draining at first, so you know it was just it was pretty much full of sand, because in 80 years it ain't never been empty. And then it wasn't like a big family stayed here, so I mean, you know, after I left, it was just about daddy here. So I mean, and then after he was barely here, it's like when you use stuff, you don't see no difference because you ain't using it enough, you know. So on a daily basis, so you know it drained properly for all you know. But the plumbing, electrical, roofing, siding, you know, AC issues, you know, with the main unit, cause it wasn't like, why is this thing not cooling? And it wouldn't stay running, so you know, I had to do the drain. They came and fixed the ductwork because they broke all that, but I had to figure out why it wasn't draining, so I did the drain pump. Now these AC units, you know, the erosion of the yard. That's why I had to do the French drain, because I thought it was too much. The yard was too high to the house. If you look at some of the older videos, you can see where before I cleaned this up, well, after I cut all the trees down, you can see on the yard how the ground is to the house. Like it was all the way this part here, it was all the way up to the foundation. You couldn't even see the foundation. Like the ground was all the way up to that. So I had to do the French drain, dig that, run them pipe. I ain't know I do no French drain. I ain't know nothing about it. I figured it out though. You know, there's enough information out there, you can figure it out on your own. And so, yeah, put side here, cause I did that spray foam. I mean that hydro seed, but you see what I'm doing on the highway. It ain't work for me. That was a waste of money for me. It ain't working, so it ended up coming in, and that's why I had to re-dig this, because the hydro seed didn't come in, the grass didn't grow. So the sand washed down into the French drain, filled it up with rock. So I had to dig it out with the side here, you know. Then, you know, another thing, I started seeing when it would rain, all the damn rainwater hit the ground, put dirt all over the house. If you leave it on there long enough, it'll stain the side. I said, that ain't gonna work for me. That's wasting my money. So, let me just side all this. And so I kind of sodded in like 3 stages. The first time I sodded, you can see this line kind of right here. It came about right here, and then it went all the way up. Then I came back and I added another 2 feet and brought that all the way down. So it came from this line here, and it came all the way out to here. And then I took that and did that whole side back there. Then I came back and added some more and put it here. And then I added that along with it. So, but let's get to these AC lines. Alright, we got to get these covers off so I can get to the refrigerant line. Oh man, I don't need you to fall down there. Anyway, but down there, I won't be able to get you out. So I had to number these units just in case over time you'll forget. And if something going wrong with one of them in the house, you want to know what outside unit controls. So I need to get that. There's something missing on that. It should have been a plug or something. So that's just not like that. But you want to know what unit is controlled by the outside unit. And so on this unit, these were I had the leaks at. Because, now I'm going to say, if I would have brought, just because, this was aggravating because the way I ran the lines. It's all because of the way I did it. These lines didn't have to be inside these PVC pipes. Yeah, that's coming from both of the units right there. This top one here, and this one with the blue tape going under there. That's coming from both units. But this one, because I had the wrong fittings here. All of this was it was leaking here, right here, and here. All of them, it was leaking. So I had to figure out why it was leaking, and so I just went to a plumber store. Like this store, just all it did was plumbing. And so he was like, "Oh, you got the wrong kind of fittings." He said, "This is what you need." And so there it is. And so Lowe's didn't have the smaller fittings. They had the bigger fittings. They didn't have the smaller. So their store was cheaper than Lowe's anyway. So I just bought stuff from them. But now this one over here, this is the unit that was freezing up. Let me take this cover off. I'll show you this one. About to be a little noisy. The big unit I kicked down. I said I could talk a little louder for you though. But this unit here, so if you run the lines and they drop down, they'll connect no problem. I ain't have to add no connectors on this one, no problem. Now, I did add these brackets. So I think I got like 3 videos with these units because I didn't install them and hook them up immediately. So the videos I got, I think one where I just opened them out the box, you just checking it out. One where I was mounting these on the walls, so I had to actually buy the mounts for them. Right here, you kind of see them back down through there. So I had to buy the mounts for them, and so while this wall was open, I was able to reinforce it where I got these things mounted at. I was able to reinforce it real good. So I can stand on the mounts. They ain't going nowhere. So I got another video where I actually ran these AC lines, and then I put them in the PVC because I ain't want them to get damaged. And it's gonna be a deck here, so you won't be able to see none of this. But I ain't want to get damaged. So see, like this line here, this is the condensation line for this big unit. But see, this line is on a pump. So it's a tank in there. When that tank get full, it pumps that out to this drain line. And then they just run the drain line and run off. That's the drain line for their unit. This long clear line is the drain line for the other unit. And so the other unit had the leaks. I knew I made a I can hear it when I released the AC from the refrigerant from the condenser unit. I can hear it in here. So all these blue tape marks was where I was cutting, because I had to look in the video, go back and look at the video to see where I connected this thing at. I can hear it, but I didn't know where I connected it at, and I had to just keep cutting till I found it. So I cut there. I was close. I think I started here, and then I came down here, and I cut a long one here, but I couldn't see. You couldn't see here now. I had to come up here, cut another here. I was like, man. So I finally found the connections, and there they go. That's why I added the 2 refrigerant lines at. And so, of course, the connector in the center, those I had the wrong kind, and they were leaking. So I had to cut this. So all I'm gonna do is take some caulking and put a lot of it on the edges, squish it down with goose, smear it across the corners, and then tape it up. Just like I did these. I'm gonna leave that tape on there. But I'm gonna show you this, how to put the refrigerant lines up. This I ain't no pro. Some of the stuff I may say may not be right. All I can say is my units, they're cooling and they're heating, no problem. That's all I can say. I'm gonna just kind of show you what I know and what's working for me. I might be right, might be 100% right, might be 85% right. Some stuff I might say could be wrong. Don't quote me on it. But I ain't ran into no problems with mine. That's all I can say. I can't say what it is gonna be for you. But this is the little kit that I got off Amazon. It's a vacuum pump. They come with a vacuum pump, all your refrigerant lines. I had to buy this gasket and thread sealant. I bought this because I saw a lot of people on Amazon and Sinville say buy that and put that. You put that stuff on, then you screw your connectors together. This is your sniffer. You put this around, see if you got gas leaks. This is your actual vacuum pump. I ain't pulling that out. I kind of get everything hooked up, and I'll tell you kind of how it worked and what I learned from this whole process. Alright, so I pretty much got everything hooked up. I would say any mini split, any AC unit that you install, any AC unit period. So what I did first was I pulled a vacuum. And how the vacuum works is you take this blue line, ain't no way to connect it. It's dummy proof. So the only way you connect the blue line is right here. I gotta take this off. And you're gonna see me connect it here. Connect it here. Then you turn that yellow line right there. You see going to that Freon. It'll go to this pump. This pump sucks. And so what you do is you hook that yellow line up there, turn the pump on, and then you open this. Open the low side. You see, like I said, everything dummy proof. It say low. Open the low side. This hand should go to the negative. So you let it, see it's at 0, so it should be in the negative. And so you let it pull. I let it run for 45 minutes to an hour. Then what you do, you come back out, you close this. Then you turn your pump off. Then you let it sit for another hour. This still should, when you come back and check this, if it's still at -1, where you left it at, that means you don't have no leaks. If it's not at -1, you got a leak somewhere. And so you just go and check your fittings. Hopefully, now if you order one of these units, I don't know if any other one's the same. That copper line, them copper lines right there, they real thin. Like, you bend it one time too much, you can't bend it back. It gonna break. And you can't bend it too much or it'll kink. So, like when I had to bend this thing to go around here, oh boy, I was nervous. And so, you know, like I said, I need to get a deck put in here. That was where the old post was. So I would have to try to get that out, dig it out, and you know, hopefully they can get a deck post right here, and it runs right here, and then figure out how they gonna do the post back there. But that's pretty much it. And so what I'm about to do now is I'm about to hook the rest of these lines up, and you're gonna see. I gotta go in there. I left my batteries to my sniffer, so I'm about to go take some batteries out of the remote. And I'll just show you how to check for gas leaks. It might have a little one somewhere. I don't know. It shouldn't. So you don't want no gas leaks. That stuff expensive. The little 5 pounds right there is about $150. Yeah, you can't afford to keep adding that. You don't need this thing to be leaking. You need this to be sealed up good. So what I'm gonna do is I go in the inside, get this remote, and I gotta keep this unit back on because evidently it don't reach temperature in there, so it shut off just like this one did. So I keep this one back on. Then we're gonna check the Freon. Let's make sure it's closed. And then we're gonna this one I think is R14A, so it's gonna be this inside gauge right here. Now it says they're only supposed to have 28. I think, don't quote me on this, I think it was 28 PSI. 28, I think it's 20, it holds 28 ounces or 28 PSI, something like that. Don't quote me on it now. Like I said, don't quote me on none of this. I might have read this thing wrong. So what I did was, when I opened it and added Freon, because of course I had some leaks, so I had to add some of this one too. When I added Freon, I just got it right there to the 30 mark. Let's see, R14 is on the inside, so I got it right down to the 30 mark. And the 30 mark on this line is pointing, and it might have been too much. It's pointing by that 340. Now if you look on the side of here, right, let's see, right here, it say low pressure. If I can get this thing to focus, it say low pressure 340. So there's no way to check the high pressure on here because there's no tap for the ain't no tap enough for that. So the low pressure it's supposed to be 340. So that's what we're gonna put this thing to. And when I connect it, it should be at 340. Cause this one, like I say, this one don't freeze. It works fine. So it should be around at 340. But let me go ahead. Let's walk back in here and get these remote. Keep this unit back on. Alright, let's see. I got this down 75. We're gonna drop it down to like 73. And so this is the remote. It's a pretty neat remote. It's a LED. But we're gonna drop it down to 73. I can get the refrigerator. Let's see how cold it is in here first. Let's see what the temperature is. So let's say I set it on 73. See, it's on 73 on now. Let's see what the temperature reading is in here. You know, it says 72 in here. I set it on 73. Let me make sure now. Let's say it's 72 in here, so we're going to take this thing down to like 69 to get it to come on. Hit turbo on that thing, get it to blow. And we're going to speed the fans up. Alright, so I know that one is on and running. So let's walk back out here. We're going to hook the gauges up. Check the refrigerator, and that one shouldn't be low. Maybe a little low, but it shouldn't be low. Like I said, I hooked them up. I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I watched a couple YouTube videos, and Yeah, I can figure it out. I read a couple little links online, and I said, I can do this. It can't be that hard. Can't be that hard. So let's go and get this thing hooked up. All right, so the unit is running. So I'm gonna show you how this kind of work here. Get the wrenches out. Get this on, and when we screw this in, so you want to make sure your gauges are closed. That's definitely. Alright, make sure our gauge closed. We have some technical difficulties with the camera. I think we got it now. So you make sure your gauge closed. You don't have to worry about this because that's closed. Our tank closed. And so when I hook this up. When I open this, when I hook this line up, this gonna move. So you make sure it's closed. If you hook this up and it's open, they're gonna let all you're gonna get air in line because there's air in this line right here. Get this thing entangled. So I'm gonna try to do this and hold it so you can see it at the same time. You're gonna hear some freon leak out, but that's gonna happen. So. Just keep screwing and it should go away. And you hand tighten these. You order any of these kits or any of them, you just hand tighten. Don't tighten them with no pliers or nothing because you mess up the little seal. So you just hand tighten. Now here we go. The gauge should move. That gauge move. I don't want to open this. I said, don't quote me on this stuff. I said, I'm a DIY, so I'm going to make some mistakes. I think I got to open it for it to read. But I want to get the air out of this line because I don't know when I open this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the valve on that freon tank right there. And you can see all that. Open the valve on that freon tank, and then I'm gonna purge this line right here and get all the air out. Then I'll open this and see what it's reading. Then when you open this, you want to turn it upside down on the top. If you hear anything leaking out, hose, turn it off. Alright, you open that. Turn it upside down. Now, that stuff will burn you. So if it's leaking and just spewing out, hey, turn it off, shut it off. Don't stand there with your hand because it will burn you. So we're gonna purge it. We're gonna push the little button here, purge it, get all the air out of the line before I open this. Yeah, see how I wiped that thing out that quick? Yeah, see how I froze it? So like I said, it will burn you. Alright. So now we got the air out of the line. We're gonna open this. No, this should be reading. It should have been reading when I hook that thing up. Because if I open this gonna let freon in. So that means that's low. That's a little low too. It ain't much, but it's a little low. So let's see. We're gonna open it and add some freon to it. So when I open it, the gauge should start. The gauge start to move. Oh, it's too much. Let me close this. That's too much. Oh, we got a leak. See, you know what I'm saying? You get a leak. Close this. See how it froze that thing up? This too high. This right here too high. It's supposed to be, the low supposed to be at 340. What the high supposed to be? 550. So the low. Let's see here. Okay. Close. Just about dead on. Say 340. It was a little over. Not by much. And it's reading about. Yeah, it's a little over. So this one good. Let's go to this other one. I know this other one low. Alright, so this one, it's a little low. Like I said, it's supposed to be on 340. So we gotta add a little bit to it. We're gonna open it up. We'll open it kind of slow. We'll add a little bit. So it don't take much. I'm trying to get the air out of point. Right at the line, 2 lines before 350. So that's 325, 330, 335, so 340. Add a little bit more. Add a little more. Oh, we got a leak right here. That's the problem. And let's get my things tightened up. Oh. We had a leak. And I left this thing open. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close that. Close this tank. Bleed it off. Alright, so we're gonna hook this unit up. Now, that unit, this other unit right here, it was low. Now you see this one freezing up because I know it's low. When I said freeze up, look how quick it started freezing up. We just turned it on. So let me go get some Freon in this line. I know this one low. Just because you hear that, it's some in there, but it ain't enough. Alright. Yeah, this one low. See how it's already reading? We gotta add a little bit. It needs to be at the 340. Crack our bottle open. Here's that line. Add a little bit. So we can get that ice in the stop. Cause that ice, it goes into the inside too. I need to have a little bit. And so you got a little gauge right here. You see the Freon moving around here, let you know it's going through. See it start to bubble or whatever. like it's on 325, 330. Look about 335. I'm kind of open it real slowly to add. You can see it's moving right there. I know this, boy, this thing cold. Sheesh. Alright, so we're gonna let that sit and hopefully alright, so I done added a refrigerant. So the freezing process is getting better. You know, I can just rub it off. So it was a little low. Close up this other line there. It was a little low, so we're gonna watch this, make sure that disappears. We'll go checking the inside. So we got to read about 340. We're gonna check this one over here again, see what it's reading. Got it closed, so when I hook it up, this one was kind of low too. When I hook it up, the gauge should move. Try to hold it where you can see it. Right, this one a little too high. This one over 350. I put too much in this one. And if you put too much, you can mess it up. So I hate to keep doing this. I'm just losing good freon. Alright, so we're gonna open this and let some of that out. I put a little too much. You're only supposed to let it out in the atmosphere. But it is a little bit, it ain't much. I say a little bit, it could be real quick. So we're gonna let these things just sit and run. Make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. So I added Freon. This thing, it had ice up here. So it ain't no ice up here no more. Let's see how you see these pack of ice on it? It was hard. It should be easy to come off now. Oh yeah. So when it's long Freon, it freezes stuff. So I'm gonna before I close these things up, which I think I got these things right. You know, the only reason I opened them, like I said, because they were leaking. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run this AC and get it down to, I think it says 69. I get it down to 69 in here, and then I turn the heat on both of them. It's about 78. Then I drop it back down to 75. Make sure they cooling and heating right. And then, and only then, will I put all the covers back on them. And that should be good to go. Shouldn't be no other issues with them. But for the most part, like I said, they're not hard to do. Oh, I know. I wanted to put my batteries in my sniffer. Let me just check to make sure I don't have no leaks. Alright, so I put some batteries in my sniffer. And we usually just turn it on. So it got a level from 1 to 7. 7 is really sniffing. But I like to turn it on 7 because I don't want to smell nothing. But you know, Between 4 and 5, if they don't smell nothing, you're probably good too. But we're gonna turn it on, turn that bad boy to 7. We're gonna see if we got any leaks. It'll start beeping fast if you got a leak. We might have a leak right here. You see how it's beeping? Let me see if I turn it down, see what happens. Yeah. 4 is not beeping. At 5 is beeping. Yeah, we got a leak right here. Alright. Let's get it. Turn it off so we can reset it. Let's see. Oh, I ain't smelling that. Well, maybe we had a boo-boo on that one. Maybe we don't have a leak. I got it on 5. This one good. I already checked this one, and this one got the most connectors. But let's see. Let's check this one right up in here. We might have a leak down there. Let's turn it off. Might have to tighten that up some more. Let's see here. Put it back on 5. Let me try to get this insulation out the way. Nine. Let's turn it up some. Let's turn it up to 7. So we good in here. You see that condensation on that line? It should be going away. So I added Freon. So we should be good on that one. So I got this up to 7. So we good. Let's bend it like this. Make sure we can get up under here. Yeah, well we good. No leaks. So that's what we want to see. No leaks. So I'm just letting it run, make sure it's cooling, and we kind of go from there. So I let the units run, and it was cool. That one over there, it was doing what it's supposed to do. So I got them on heat now. You see that? That thing say 84. So I set them on 84, probably about 30 minutes ago. Touch the light on. You see this one? 84. It's pumping heat. And in between, you know, just letting them run on the AC. I turned this one off. And then I turned that one on. And then it just run on AC. And make sure it got it real cold in here. And that's when I turned them off, both to heat. And so you look at the beginning of this video, I ain't really show it, but and I put the camera system and installed everything all into the walls. No wires no more. The power wire you see coming out of there, I should have had a plug put up inside that cabinet, but yeah, I ain't worried about it. And the other wires for the HDMI splitter. And then I gotta get a wireless mouse, so it only should be I get a wireless mouse, and then this I can get a box to plug in. And what I might do, no, I can't do that because it's a big end on the other end. I might just leave that like that. I can get a wireless mouse, so this cord will be gone. Then let's leave this HDMI out, so somebody put a TV up there, just plug that in for your cameras, and that's it. Because the wireless mouse, you just have to charge it up every now and then. You just sit it up here somewhere. So I can start putting the covers back on these. So I can get all that back up. Hopefully I remember how it go. Well, put all the covers back on there. And you can't even see the, I need to turn that box around. See that little red light? I need to open that vent up, turn that box around so you don't see that little red light right there. And that's it, because it's vented, so in the box, the DVR is not in there real tight against the wall. So you got space on either side of the wall. You can probably get 2 hands in between it. So that is good to go. So we put these things and put these covers and stuff back on and seal them back up. So we got this one back together. I'll turn the AC on. See mode, heat. Let's see, auto. Cool. That's what I'm going down about 75. We'll go to 74. Let's see. Fan on, hit turbo. Turbo on. Swing. Swing, bada bada boom, bada bada bada. See, she should be going cold. I'm disappointed. I don't need to be going all the way down into the ground. Let's see if it's cold. Oh, you know what? Darn, I gotta put them darn filters in there. Let me put them filters in there. Totally forgot about that. So that how it works. And we go and do this one. Boom! Boy, we got all the units back up. I turned this one off. I'm just let this one run. Make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. I turned that little adapter around, get that little red light out the way so you don't see it. I started fixing these lights because some of them wasn't flush to the ceiling. And so I still gotta caulk this. I forgot about that. So tomorrow, hopefully, tomorrow I can get over here and caulk this window, caulk that attic access, caulk wherever the molding where I missed that, and then hopefully I can get all the doors bust down and everything up here caulked. I don't have too much up here to do. I had to take all these closet doors down. Put 5 doors in here, 6 doors. So, but for the most part, the AC. So yeah, that son of a gun on 69. Let's see how cold it is in here. Let's see. Cause I be moving around, so I always feel hot. Let's see, 60, it's set on 69. Let's see what the temperature is. The temperature is 72. So, she doing what she's supposed to do. But that's gonna wrap the vlog for today. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications, click that bell. The bell let you know every time I post. Till then, we out.